Welcome to Nerding in English. Today we are continuing our Harry Potter journey with this explainer for the third story. We are so glad you are here. This adventure is definitely darker and a lot more mysterious. But you know, it is also a beautiful story about friendship, fear, truth, family, and mercy. Exactly. We practice English naturally by following the story together, so just listen, relax, and follow the adventure. Before we dive in, please like, subscribe, comment, and check the description below. Let's begin! Late at night at Privet Drive, Harry is hiding under his blankets. He is secretly practicing magic. He whispers, "Lumos Maxima," as his wand glows with a bright light. He's trying to hide his magic from his angry Uncle Vernon, preparing for another difficult summer.
Well, things quickly go wrong when Aunt Marge arrives. She is a very mean woman. During dinner, she says terrible, insulting things about Harry's parents. Harry gets incredibly angry, and he completely loses control of his magic. Suddenly, Aunt Marge inflates like a giant balloon. She floats up to the ceiling and literally flies out the door into the night sky. It is wild. Harry knows he is in big trouble. He grabs his trunk and his wand and he leaves the house. In an empty, dark street, he sees a giant black dog watching him from the shadows. He falls back in fear. But then, bright lights appear. It is the night bus, a chaotic, magical purple bus that arrives to rescue him.
On the wild bus ride, Harry sees a moving newspaper photograph of a frightening man. That man is Sirius Black. He is a prisoner. And remember, a prisoner is just a person kept in jail. The news says he is a dangerous murderer, and he has done the impossible. He broke out of Azkaban prison. The bus drops Harry at the Leaky Cauldron in London. To his surprise, the Minister for Magic, Cornelius Fudge, is waiting for him. Fudge explains that Aunt Marge is safe, and surprisingly, Harry is not punished for using magic outside of school. Fudge tells Harry to stay at the inn and keep safe because a dangerous killer is looking for him.
At the inn, Harry finally reunites with his best friends Ron and Hermione. But they are already arguing. Hermione's new cat, Crookshanks, keeps chasing Ron's old pet rat, Scabbers. Soon, Harry speaks privately with Ron's father, Arthur Weasley. Mr. Weasley gives Harry a very grave warning. He says that Sirius Black did not just escape. To escape means to get free from a place. Arthur explains that Black escaped from Azkaban specifically to find and kill Harry. He tells Harry that Black was a loyal servant of Voldemort.
The students board the Hogwarts Express. Harry, Ron, and Hermione sit in a compartment with a sleeping man, Professor Lupin. Suddenly, the train stops. The windows freeze over. A terrible, dark creature enters their compartment. It is a Dementor. A Dementor is a dark creature that literally takes happiness away from people. The air turns freezing cold. As the Dementor attacks Harry, he hears a woman screaming in his mind. He faints and completely loses consciousness. When Harry wakes up, Professor Lupin is there. Lupin used a bright, protective light to drive the Dementor away. He kindly gives Harry a piece of chocolate and tells him it will help him feel better.
At Hogwarts, the rain is falling heavily. Dementors now guard the castle entrances. But inside the Gryffindor room, Harry feels safe. Classes begin. In divination class, Professor Trelawney reads the tea leaves in Harry's cup. She panics. She sees the shape of a dog called the Grim. The Grim is an omen. An omen is a sign of a possible future event. The Grim is a dark omen of death. Later on, Hagrid teaches his first class. He introduces a proud, bird-like creature named Buckbeak. Harry politely bows to Buckbeak, and they have a beautiful flight over the lake. But then, Draco Malfoy arrogantly insults the creature. Buckbeak scratches Draco's arm. Draco pretends his arm is badly hurt, which causes huge trouble for Hagrid.
In Professor Lupin's class, the students learn about a boggart. A boggart is a shapeshifter that turns into your greatest fear, and the only way to defeat it is with laughter. Neville goes first. His boggart turns into Professor Snape, but Neville uses magic to put Snape in his grandmother's funny clothes, and the whole class laughs. Then, it is Harry's turn. His boggart turns into a Dementor. Lupin quickly steps in and stops it. Lupin tells Harry this means he fears fear itself. Later, when Lupin is sick, Professor Snape takes over the class. Strangely, Snape forces everyone to study werewolves instead.
The mystery grows deeper. The fat lady portrait that guards the Gryffindor room is slashed and empty. Everyone believes Sirius Black entered the castle. During a stormy, rainy Quidditch match, Dementors suddenly flood the pitch. Harry hears his mother screaming again, and he falls high from the sky. His favorite broom, the Nimbus, blows into the violent Whomping Willow tree and is completely destroyed.
Because Harry does not have a signed permission form, he cannot visit Hogsmeade Village. But Fred and George give him a magical gift, the Marauder's Map. It shows every secret corridor and every moving person inside Hogwarts. One night, Harry looks at the map and sees something impossible. He sees the name Peter Pettigrew walking in the castle. But that man is supposed to be dead.
Using the map, Harry travels through a secret snowy tunnel to Hogsmeade. Wearing his invisibility cloak, he secretly follows the teachers into a private room at a pub. He listens in total shock as they discuss the accepted story. They say Sirius Black betrayed Harry's parents to Voldemort. Then, Sirius violently murdered another friend, Peter Pettigrew. But the worst part is the final rumor. Harry hears that Sirius Black is actually his godfather. Harry runs away into the snow, crying. He is incredibly angry. He wants revenge.
Harry knows he must be ready to fight. He asks Professor Lupin to teach him how to fight the Dementors. Lupin teaches him the Patronus charm. A Patronus is protective magic created from a happy memory. This is very difficult, advanced magic. Harry tries using a memory of riding his broom, but the spell fails. Then he digs deeper. He chooses a complicated but powerful memory of his parents talking to him. He uses this strong emotional connection to cast a bright silver shield from his wand.
Tension really builds. Ron and Hermione argue because Scabbers the rat is missing. But bigger problems arrive. Buckbeak is sentenced to death because of Draco's fake injury. Before this, Hermione gets so angry that she punches Draco right in the face. And then Harry hears a real, terrifying prediction from Professor Trelawney. She says a dark servant will return tonight. Harry, Ron, and Hermione visit Hagrid's hut. To their surprise, they find Scabbers alive. Suddenly, rocks are thrown through the window, warning them that the executioner is coming. The trio leaves the hut and hides. From far away, they hear the swing of the axe. They truly believe Buckbeak is dead. Suddenly, Scabbers bites Ron and runs away. Ron chases his rat to the Whomping Willow tree. Out of nowhere, the giant black dog appears. It grabs Ron and drags him into a dark tunnel.
Harry and Hermione follow the tunnel. It leads them to the Shrieking Shack. Inside, they find Ron. Ron points in terror and says the dog is an animago, a wizard who can turn into an animal. It is Sirius Black. Harry attacks Sirius in a rage. Then Professor Lupin bursts into the room. But instead of fighting Sirius, Lupin embraces him like a brother. It looks like a terrible betrayal. Hermione bravely steps forward and reveals the secret she figured out. Professor Lupin is a werewolf. But Lupin and Sirius say they are not the traitors. They say the real traitor is hiding right there in the room.
Suddenly, Professor Snape bursts in, but Harry quickly disarms Snape with magic so he can hear the full truth. Sirius points at Ron's rat. He says the rat is Peter Pettigrew. Lupin and Sirius use magic to force Scabbers to transform back into a scared man. It is Peter, and he is missing one finger. The incredible truth is finally revealed. Sirius did not betray Harry's parents. Remember, to betray someone means to hurt someone who trusted you. The real traitor was Peter. Peter told Voldemort where they were hiding. Then Peter cut off his own finger, transformed into a rat, and faked his death to frame Sirius. Sirius and Lupin want to kill Peter for what he did, but Harry steps in front of them. He stops them from becoming murderers. He chooses mercy and true justice. He says they will take Peter to the castle and give him to the Dementors. Sirius is innocent. Innocent simply means not guilty. Now that Harry knows the truth, their relationship changes completely. As they leave the tunnel, Sirius softly asks Harry if he would like to come live with him in a real home. For a beautiful moment, Harry finally has the family he always wanted.
But tragedy strikes. The clouds part, and the bright full moon appears. Professor Lupin becomes a werewolf. A werewolf is a person who becomes a wolf under the full moon. Professor Lupin has not taken his potion, and he undergoes a terrifying transformation. In the chaos, Peter Pettigrew transforms back into a rat and escapes into the darkness. Lupin, completely out of control, attacks. Professor Snape wakes up and bravely shields the students with his own body. To protect everyone, Sirius transforms into the black dog and fights the werewolf, but he is badly injured.
Harry runs after Sirius to the edge of the dark lake. The air turns freezing cold. Hundreds of terrifying Dementors swarm out of the sky. They surround Harry and Sirius, trying to suck away their souls. Harry tries to cast his Patronus, but he is too weak. Just as they are about to die, A blinding white light shines from across the lake. A mysterious, powerful wizard casts a magnificent stag Patronus. The bright animal runs across the water and drives all the Dementors away. Harry thinks he sees his dead father casting the spell before he faints.
Harry wakes up in the hospital wing. Hermione tells him that Sirius was captured. He is locked in the Dark Tower and is going to receive the Dementor's kiss. Headmaster Dumbledore arrives. He believes the children, but he says the authorities will not listen to students. Instead, Dumbledore gives Hermione a very important clue about time. He says that if they are clever tonight, more than one innocent life can be spared. He tells Hermione 3 turns should do it. Hermione reveals a magical time turner hidden on her necklace. She places the chain around Harry and time spins backward. They go back exactly 3 hours. They carefully repeat their steps in the shadows. Hermione throws the stones into Hagrid's hut to warn their past selves. While the executioner is distracted, they untie Buckbeak and save him. They watch the earlier events unfold safely from a distance. When the werewolf is about to attack their past selves, Hermione makes a loud wolf howl from the forest to distract it.
Harry runs to the edge of the lake. He watches his past self and Sirius dying. He waits and waits for his father to appear. Suddenly, Harry realizes a powerful truth. No one else is coming. The person he saw across the lake wasn't his father. It was himself. Harry steps forward. He raises his wand and shouts, "Expecto Patronum," because he knows he can do it. He has already done it. A massive, brilliant stag bursts from his wand, saving his own life and Sirius's life. He found the strength inside his own heart.
With the Dementors gone, Harry and Hermione ride Buckbeak high up to the Dark Tower cell. They blast the lock and free Sirius. Sirius lands Buckbeak in the courtyard. Because Peter escaped, Sirius cannot prove his innocence. He must run away. But before he leaves, he gives Harry a beautiful piece of wisdom. He tells him, "The ones that love us never really leave us, and you can always find them in here." Sirius points to Harry's heart. Then he flies away on Buckbeak to safety.
The next morning, Harry visits Professor Lupin. Because Lupin's werewolf condition is now a public secret, he calmly leaves his job. He returns the Marauder's map to Harry, telling him how proud he is. Later in the Great Hall, Harry receives a mysterious package. It is the Firebolt, the fastest broom in the world. Hermione holds up a gray hippogriff feather that came with it. It is a secret message of hope, showing that Sirius and Buckbeak are safe. Harry runs outside, mounts the broom, and flies up into the bright blue sky with pure joy.
As we think about this amazing story, ask yourself, what helps Harry face the Dementors? It wasn't just a magic wand. It was his connection to his happy memories. Harry learned that even when fear tries to control you, you can find inner strength by remembering the love and happiness from your past. Fear can be understood and conquered.
And think about this. Why did Harry choose mercy instead of revenge in the Shrieking Shack? When Harry had the chance to let Sirius and Lupin kill Peter Pettigrew, he stopped them. He realized that true justice is better than murder. He didn't want his father's best friends to become killers. Choosing mercy showed Harry's true, kind character. Finally, what does family mean to Harry? Throughout this dark year, Harry learned that family is not just blood. His true family is his loyal friends, Ron and Hermione. It's his new connection with Sirius, and it is the loving memory of his parents that lives forever inside his heart.
Thanks for listening to Nerding in English. We hope you enjoyed our journey through Harry Potter. Until next time, keep practicing your English, keep your curiosity alive, and join us for many more adventures. See you next time.